Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago Fire spoilers, is Caitlin Carver returning for new episode? Chicago Fire spoilers hint at the possible return of actress Caitlin Carver. Caitlin played paramedic Emma Jacobs, the former partner of Violet McCalmy, Hanako Greensmith. Sylvie Brett, Cara Kilmer, was out visiting Matthew Casey, Jesse Spencer, in Portland, necessitating a fill-in partner for Violet. Enter Emma Jacobs, who was keen on taking a permanent spot at Firehouse 51. It even led her to try to get Violet fired. Emma's attempt to blackmail Violet and Evan Hawkins, Jimmy Nicholas, backfired, and she was removed from the firehouse. Later, Emma reappeared as someone working in the Internal Affairs Department for the CFT. Emma threatened Violet and her firehouse again, but Violet found a recording by Evan that proved she had been blackmailing people. We haven't heard from Emma in a while, but it was assumed that she still lived somewhere in Chicago. Will Emma Jacobs appear on Chicago Fire Season 13, Episode 13? After a daring rescue at an adventure park, Kid asks Severide to create a ropes course for girls on fire. Violet's former nemesis returns, pleading for her help. Herman creates a signature cocktail for Molly's. Reads the full Chicago Fire synopsis for February 19. The synopsis mentioned Violet's nemesis returns for the new episode, and that highly suggests we could see Emma Jacobs again. Violet doesn't make enemies like many other characters have on the show, so she doesn't have many people who fulfill a nemesis role. No announcement has been made about actress Caitlin Carver returning, but it would be an interesting surprise for viewers, especially with no prior notice. And what could she need Violet's help on? The One Chicago shows are off for Wednesday, February 12. NBC has scheduled repeat episodes for that night. The following week, Wednesday, February 19, is when Violet's nemesis will appear in an episode. That episode is called Born of Fire and might start setting up storylines that will carry the show through its spring season finale. Below is a social media post that Caitlin Carver made when she was on Chicago Fire. It shows some images of Emma Jacobs, a helpful asset for anyone who forgot her story arc. More news from the One Chicago shows. CCH Pounder joined the Chicago Med cast. TV addicts have likely seen her starring on The Shield and then NCIS, New Orleans. One Chicago is lucky to gain her talents. Chicago PD spoilers reveal a wedding is coming. The big day for Detective Kim Burgess and Officer Adam Ruzick has been teased by one of the show's stars. Fans of Chicago Fire have been eagerly awaiting news of upcoming episodes, especially with rumors swirling about Caitlin Carver's potential return to the series. Caitlin, who portrayed Emily Foster, a highly skilled paramedic, made her mark during her time on the show. Her character's departure in Season 8 left a significant void, and many fans have been vocal about wanting to see her back on screen. But will Caitlin Carver actually return for an upcoming episode? Let's explore the possibilities and what it could mean for the storyline. Caitlin Carver's time on Chicago Fire. Caitlin Carver joined the Chicago Fire cast in Season 7 as Emily Foster, a paramedic who quickly became a beloved character. She was tough, compassionate, and had a fierce commitment to her job. Foster's interactions with her fellow paramedic partner, Sylvie Brett, played by Cara Kilmer, helped solidify her place in the show's heartwarming dynamic between first responders. Over time, Foster developed complex relationships with other key characters, including Casey, Dawson, and even Severide, as they navigated the dangers of the job and their personal lives. However, Emily Foster's story arc was relatively short-lived, with the character leaving the show at the beginning of Season 8. She was written out of the show in a way that made sense for the storyline, as Foster decided to leave Chicago to pursue new opportunities in another city. While fans were initially disappointed to see her go, many understood that sometimes characters leave to allow room for growth and new developments. However, since her departure, Caitlin Carver's fans have been asking, will she return? Could Caitlin Carver be coming back? As of now, there has been no official confirmation about Caitlin Carver's return to Chicago Fire. However, given the nature of television shows like Chicago Fire, where characters often return for special episodes or in moments of crisis, it's entirely possible that Emily Foster could make a comeback in an upcoming episode. There have been occasional hints dropped in interviews and on social media, sparking speculation about her return. While Caitlin Carver herself has remained tight-lipped about whether she will reprise her role, fans remain hopeful. The show's creators often keep casting decisions close to the vest until just before an episode airs, so we could very well see Emily Foster return for an unexpected plot twist or special storyline in future seasons. The impact of Emily Foster's return. If Caitlin Carver were to return to Chicago Fire, there are numerous ways her character could reintegrate into the narrative. For starters, Emily Foster left the show under positive circumstances. Unlike many characters who leave due to conflict or tragedy, her exit was a personal choice. This opens up several exciting possibilities for how her return could unfold. One option could be that Foster is called back to Chicago due to a major emergency or a staffing shortage. Her skills as a paramedic would make her a valuable asset in a time of crisis, particularly in a storyline where Firehouse 51 is understaffed or stretched to its limits. This would give Carver a chance to rejoin the team while also highlighting the ongoing struggle of emergency services to handle the pressures of a demanding and unpredictable job. Another possibility is that Foster's return could coincide with a major event in Sylvie Brett's life. Given their close relationship during the earlier seasons, Brett's character could be in need of support or guidance, perhaps after dealing with a traumatic call or navigating a personal crisis. Foster's return could allow for a heartwarming reunion, giving the characters the opportunity to revisit their bond and create new emotional moments for the show's fans. Then there's the possibility of Foster having moved on from Chicago, perhaps coming back to visit or for a short-term mission. This could be a chance to address any unresolved issues or unfinished business between Foster and other key characters, such as Kelly Severide or Matt Casey. Perhaps there's a situation where Foster must confront something from her past, adding depth to her character while creating a compelling storyline that resonates with viewers. The paramedic angle. Chicago Fire is known for its intense firefighting action, but the paramedic side of things plays a crucial role in the show as well. Bringing Caitlin Carver back could allow the series to highlight the challenges faced by paramedics on the front lines, especially as they work alongside firefighters in dangerous situations. It could be a great opportunity to explore the mental and emotional toll that the job takes on paramedics, which isn't often delved into as deeply on screen. Foster's return could bring a fresh perspective to this often underappreciated aspect of emergency services. Carver's return could also offer a chance to explore how the team has changed in her absence. With new paramedics coming and going, Chicago Fire has seen some shifts in its team dynamic. How would Foster's presence affect the relationships and roles of the remaining characters? Would she mesh seamlessly with the new crew, or would there be some tension as she reestablishes her place within the group? The broader picture. What's next for Chicago Fire? At the heart of Chicago Fire is a focus on family, on the relationships that are forged between individuals who work together under extreme stress. The series has always leaned into the emotional depth of its characters, allowing fans to connect with both the highs and the lows of life at Firehouse 51. Caitlin Carver's return as Emily Foster could bring a much-needed breath of fresh air to the show, reigniting old bonds while exploring new ones. Additionally, as the show continues to evolve, the writers may be looking for ways to inject new energy into the storylines, keeping things fresh for longtime fans. Carver's return could serve to re-engage viewers who may have been missing her character, bringing new excitement to the paramedic storylines. The possibility of Caitlin Carver's return also opens up speculation about potential crossovers or guest appearances. Shows like Chicago Med and Chicago PD are all part of the same shared universe, and characters often appear across the different series. Could Foster make an appearance in an episode of Chicago Med before returning to Chicago Fire? That would be an exciting way to reintroduce her character and set up her return to Firehouse 51.